You know what's absolutely incredible, dear friends? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, despite your wisdom and life experience, you felt a little overlooked? Perhaps at a family gathering you start to speak, but conversations drift away, or maybe your perfectly sensible suggestions at a community meeting seem to just vanish into thin air. It's a frustrating, sometimes even a lonely feeling, isn't it? It's as if the world is moving too fast to truly appreciate what you have to offer. But now, imagine walking into any room, be it a bustling grandchild's school event, a quiet neighborhood coffee clutch, or even just meeting new friends. And you instantly command a different kind of presence, not because you're loud, not because you interrupt, but simply because there's something about you, a quiet authority, a noticeable aura that draws people in, making them genuinely respect your every word, even before you utter it. That sounds like a powerful change, a comforting transformation, doesn't it? And what if I told you that secret isn't hidden in some profound philosophy or decades of training, but in surprisingly simple everyday actions that most people completely miss? For years, I felt just like that, almost invisible. I experienced those moments where, no matter how much I tried, my voice often got lost, my ideas went unheard, and sometimes I truly felt like people would simply look past me as if I wasn't even there. It wasn't a lack of trying, it was a deeper puzzle I just couldn't solve. But then, almost by accident, I stumbled upon something extraordinary. I began to integrate just 5 small, almost imperceptible adjustments into my daily interactions and personal demeanor, and like magic, my world transformed. People began to genuinely lean in when I spoke. They asked for my opinion with real curiosity, and I felt a newfound sense of quiet appreciation. The most astonishing part? I wasn't doing anything radical, I was simply changing how I presented myself. Today, I'm thrilled to pull back the curtain and share these 5 incredibly powerful secrets with you. We'll start with the subtle foundational shift and gradually move to the one that is, arguably, the most impactful. The best part, the truly remarkable aspect, is that you can begin applying these insights immediately, today even, without needing any special skills or requiring a complete overhaul of your personality. These aren't complex psychological tricks or intricate social gymnastics. They are simply timeless, effective practices that bring about profound results. But before we unveil them, let's understand something absolutely crucial. Genuine respect is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's not about being aggressive, nor is it about needing to prove anything to anyone. True respect is an authentic, almost unspoken quality that people sense deep within you, often without even realizing why. Once you cultivate this profound inner magic, the way you are perceived and valued will shift dramatically, leading to richer conversations, stronger connections, and a greater sense of well-being. I've personally put these methods to the test for over 3 years, observing them transform my own interactions, witnessing their impact on friends, family, and even new acquaintances. They work every single time. So settle in and truly absorb what's coming, because these 5 simple insights are about to change the landscape of how everyone around you truly sees and appreciates the wonderful person you are. Let's begin with a secret you can activate immediately, one that impacts you from the ground up: your posture. Take a moment to simply observe how many people tend to carry themselves, often unknowingly. You'll frequently see shoulders slumped forward, heads subtly angled towards the ground, almost as if they're attempting to occupy as little space as possible. This unconscious body language sends a silent, often misinterpreted signal that they might be unsure, perhaps even hesitant or apologetic for their presence. And this, dear friends, is precisely what we want to avoid. Instead, observe those individuals who naturally draw attention and respect. They invariably stand tall and comfortably. Their shoulders are gently pulled back, not rigidly like a soldier, but with an open, relaxed posture, and their head is held upright, gaze meeting the world. They seem to effortlessly own the space they're in, projecting an air of calm assurance. This isn't about stiffness or bravado, it's about a natural, dignified bearing that communicates confidence without a single spoken word. Why is this so incredibly effective? because your physical presence speaks volumes long before your mouth even opens. When you carry yourself with this kind of open, confident posture, the subconscious minds of others automatically register a feeling of importance, competence, and reliability. They might not consciously articulate it, but a silent message is received. This person is present, capable, and worthy of attention. To truly feel this transformation, I invite you to try it right now. Whether you're sitting or standing, gently draw your shoulders back, lift your chin just a touch, and let your spine lengthen. Don't strain, just ease into this more open position. Feel that subtle shift. That's the very beginning of projecting the respect you deserve. And it's the quiet power of simply standing like the dignified, wise individual you are. Moving forward, let's embrace what I call the power of slow. Have you ever noticed that people who truly command respect never seem to rush? They move with a measured pace, speak with calm deliberation, and approach every task as if they have an abundance of time. Compare this to those who constantly seem hurried, flitting about like worried birds, rushing through conversations and actions. The difference in how they're perceived is astounding. When you adopt a slower, more deliberate pace in your movements and speech, you project an immediate sense of calm and competence. Calmness, in turn, is directly associated with being in control of your situation, your emotions, and your environment. And when people see you as someone who is in control, they naturally, instinctively, begin to grant you greater respect. Consider two individuals entering a community meeting. One rushes in, throws their bag onto a chair, and begins talking animatedly before settling down. The other enters with a calm stride, chooses their seat deliberately, and takes a moment to observe before engaging. Who instantly appears more significant, more thoughtfully prepared? Always the calmer, slower individual. Start incorporating this into your day. Walk a little slower, articulate your thoughts with slightly more pause, even savor your meals more deliberately. Not only will you begin to feel a newfound tranquility, but people will notice the shift, and more magically, they'll start to instinctively wait for your input. In a world constantly rushing and filled with noise, the person who embodies calm instantly becomes the most compelling presence in the room, drawing attention and curious ears towards them. Our third secret is a simple yet incredibly powerful interaction trick: strategic eye contact. This might feel a little challenging at first, perhaps even a bit intimidating for some, but its impact is immense. Think about it. Most people tend to avert their gaze during conversations, looking at the floor, the ceiling, their phone, or anywhere but directly into the other person's eyes. This, regrettably, is a missed opportunity for connection and respect. When you make genuine, focused eye contact, you're conveying several vital messages without speaking. I see you, I'm truly listening, I'm present, and I'm confident in myself and what I have to say. And confidence is an undeniable magnet for respect. But here's the clever nuance. We're not aiming for a blank, unblinking stare that might feel uncomfortable or even unsettling, like a robotic gaze. Instead, the technique is simple and natural. Make eye contact for about 3 comfortable seconds, then briefly shift your gaze, perhaps to their ear or just beside their face, for a single second, and then return. This creates a rhythmic, authentic connection. I recall a significant difference it made when speaking with a somewhat intimidating figure once. Normally, I'd be studying my shoelaces, but applying this simple 3-second rule, consistently returning my gaze, immediately changed the dynamic. He listened with more intent, sought my perspective, and offered his feedback with far greater consideration than before. It wasn't about what I said, it was purely the power of consistent eye contact. Begin practicing this today with everyone you interact with: the cashier at the grocery store, your grandchildren, your closest friends, or even those you encounter on your daily stroll. Within just a week, you'll feel an incredible transformation in your own self-assurance and the palpable shift in how others engage with you. Now, for something that might seem counterintuitive at first, learning to listen far more than you talk. You might wonder, how can I earn respect if I'm not speaking? The answer lies in becoming a truly masterful listener. Here's a common trap many of us fall into. When someone else is talking, our minds are already busy formulating our next response, eager for our turn. We're not genuinely absorbing what's being said, we're simply waiting. Highly respected individuals, however, do the opposite. They listen with such profound attention, as if they are meticulously collecting and absorbing every single word, every subtle nuance. They offer small, affirming nods, make encouraging sounds like or that's truly interesting. And most importantly, they ask insightful, clarifying questions that demonstrate genuine care and understanding. Why is this approach so incredibly potent? Because at our core, every human being longs to feel truly heard, truly understood. When you give someone that rare gift, your undivided, sincere attention, you elevate their sense of self-importance. And when you make another person feel valued, deeply listened to, and truly seen, they naturally reciprocate with an enduring sense of respect for you. The next time you're in a conversation, challenge yourself. Completely set aside what you intend to say. Instead, immerse yourself in understanding the other person's words, observe their facial expressions, connect with their emotions, and only then formulate your response. You will be astonished at how profoundly differently they engage with you, sensing your authentic presence. And wait until you hear the final, most powerful secret. It truly amplifies all of these first 4 points in an extraordinary way. Finally, we arrive at the ultimate secret, a truly profound skill I call the silence weapon. This is the pinnacle of dignified presence, the one crucial difference that separates ordinary interactions from those where you effortlessly command attention and respect. Are you ready for it? Here it is. In moments of significance, particularly when there's tension or emotional fervor, choose silence. I know this sounds unusual, so let me explain its immense power. Often, when a problem arises, or a heated discussion flares up, or perhaps some drama unfolds, the natural human impulse is for everyone to jump in. Opinions flood the room, voices rise, and in that clamor, often no one truly feels heard, and no genuine resolution emerges. However, the individual who chooses to remain silent, who calmly watches, thoughtfully listens, and observes the entire dynamic, that person becomes the most profoundly powerful presence. Because when they eventually do choose to speak, the entire room quiets. Every head turns, everyone leans in, because their words carry an immeasurable weight and wisdom. Silence isn't just an absence of sound, it's a superpower. It cultivates curiosity, it projects an aura of thoughtful sagacity, and it subtly leads people to believe you possess deeper insights they may not yet grasp. To master this, try it. When others are complaining, arguing, or perhaps making quick judgments, resist the urge to immediately participate. Just stay quiet, watch, listen, wait for the storm to settle, for others to expend their energy. Then, when a natural pause arrives, offer a short, calm, considered thought or observation, and watch as every single person ceases their activity to truly listen. I witnessed this firsthand recently during a tense work project. Everyone was shouting ideas, expressing frustrations, and arguing heatedly. One colleague simply sat there, observing the chaos for nearly 10 minutes without uttering a word. Then quietly, almost gently, he offered just 5 simple words. Perhaps we can try a different approach. The effect was instantaneous. The shouting stopped, eyes focused on him, and everyone, without question, considered his measured words. That, my friends, is the transformative power of purposeful silence. But here is the single most profound truth about respect that often goes unsaid. It's not truly just about these 5 techniques, as incredibly effective as they are. They are vital tools, certainly, but the true, deeper secret resides within. Genuine respect blossoms first and foremost from self-respect. When you stand tall, you are acknowledging the inherent dignity and value of your own being. When you move and speak with calm deliberation, you are honoring your time, your thoughts, and your inner peace. When you meet another's gaze with steady eye contact, you are confidently affirming your own worth. When you choose to listen deeply, you are valuing the perspective of others while also demonstrating a mature patience within yourself. And when you employ silence thoughtfully, you are imbuing your own words with the weight of careful consideration. You simply cannot feign this kind of authentic respect, For people, in their deepest intuitive sense, can discern the difference between someone merely putting on an act and someone who truly believes in themselves and carries themselves with an inner conviction. So, let's bring it all together into 5 refreshingly simple points. First, stand tall and proud, like the capable, important individual you truly are. Second, adopt a thoughtful pace, moving and speaking slowly, as if you possess all the time and control in the world, because haste often projects uncertainty. Third, use genuine 3-second eye contact when engaging others. It's a powerful, confident gesture without being overwhelming. Fourth, listen intently and deeply, allowing others to feel truly heard and valued, which is far more impactful than constant talking. And finally, wield silence as your profound secret weapon, understanding that thoughtful quietness often commands more respect than any amount of loudness. These 5 transformative insights utterly changed my own life, allowing me to move from often feeling unseen to becoming someone whose thoughts and presence are genuinely sought out. And I've witnessed these very same principles empower hundreds of others, transforming interactions with friends, inspiring new confidence with family, and truly reshaping how your contributions are viewed in every corner of your life. So, my sincere invitation to you is this, dear friend. Choose just one of these powerful techniques, whichever feels easiest or most appealing to you, and consciously practice it starting today. Perhaps it's standing a little taller, or maybe slowing down your speech just slightly. Implement it for just 1 week, and then take note of the quiet yet profound shifts in how people respond to the amazing, respected individual you are becoming.